What's good, YouTube? We had I played 50 years of video games. Let's get right into it, man. Huge gamer. I'll be streaming on Kick. Let's get it.
Video games have come a really long way in the last 50 years. I'm bored, so I spend way too much money buying different consoles and renting out spaces that represent different decades, so I could have a little bit of fun today. Why don't we start? In 1983, Atari sales are at an all-time high. The Ford F-150 looked like this, and the average house cost $68,700. Somebody give me a time machine. Still a lot of money. This does kind of feel like I'm entering this room from the future, though. Obviously, I wasn't born yet at this time, but this is a huge milestone in humanity. It's really funny because the commercials seem to be appealing to adults. Probably because kids didn't have a culture of playing video games yet, they just had a culture of playing outside. Also, kids don't have money. Let's play. I started setting up the console, and a few things that I realized is, one, it's not that different from the ones we have today. A few plugs go into a wall, it comes with a controller, and you connect it to your TV. But the Atari is cool because the game just starts as soon as you turn it on. The controllers are very simple. You move this around and move up and down. You gotta hit this little ping pong ball. Oh, that was a dot. I FaceTimed my dad to ask him what his high score on Pong was. He said 21-0. A perfect game. So 21-0. I'm gonna try to beat your score.
All right. Good luck.
Love you. It took me a while to get a hang of this game. Every time I lost a point, I would just reset it with this analog button. That's kind of nice. It's so fun to experience a video game that my dad grew up with. You're done. I can see how this would be really fun if you had no exposure to modern technology whatsoever. I did not get even close to beating my dad's high score when he was 8. If I think about it for a second, that's kind of sick. I don't exactly know how to process the fact that I can't even beat a 50-year-old game, but I don't really care because I can just time travel to the next decade. That's right, the 90s. An Italian plumber is king of the world, and the Nintendo 64 becomes one of the first consoles to jump from 2D to 3D graphics. Ayo, F-150 update. Houses cost more money now. This is a shock to me. The N64 is the first console that I ever played growing up, so this is gonna be really nostalgic. Welcome to the 1990s. This is a Nintendo 64. The biggest change is the gameplay. We'll get to that, but I would say
She was goated. Actually got some.
one of the other big changes, the controller. With this game right here, folks, the first three-dimensional gameplay experience. So I got this console from one of my friends named Tron, who works at a coffee shop. Hi, Tron. So I think we've got a new challenger to defeat.
Yeah, you got the console.
I'm gonna set it up.
Crazy.
Ugh, guys, this is so emotional. I'm serious. I have so many good memories playing this console at my grandma's house. Those were the good old days. Now, my first time playing it in like 15 years, I've got to beat a dude named Tron. So Tron's high scores are pretty much listed on each level. I'm just gonna try to beat one. I mean, let's be honest, guys. The Atari looks so bad in comparison to this. I can even record this game with a capture card. That's how far we've come. I'm jumping, I'm running, I'm throwing things, all in a three-dimensional space. To beat this level, I ran past some balls. Like, this is gaming. Next, I got shot out of a cannon on purpose. The fact that there are animations is really crazy, but what's really crazy is how scared I got when I realized I've got to beat Ba Ba Bomb. It was actually really easy. I did it in like 30 seconds. However, I didn't even get close to Tron's high score.
That's fine. It's all about graphics now.
I didn't beat Tron's high score.
It's not really about
He has no life, apparently. Anyways, the 90s was so much fun. But I'll see you guys in the next millennium. 2000s.
PC.
Yay, I'm alive now. The early 2000s brought us really good computers, a new F-150, and more expensive houses. How does this keep happening? Anyways, let's hang out in 2007 for a minute. We made it to the 2000s. Welcome to the internet. It's a mouse per computer. I could think of 100 games that were amazing in the 2000s. Grand Theft Auto, Halo, Call of Duty, Guitar Hero. But my 2000s gaming experience was marked by one particular game. RuneScape, an open-world multiplayer computer game. I remember coming home from school one day, my brother playing on the family computer, clicking repeatedly on a pixelated tree, all to increase his woodcutting level. And I begged him to let me play. So my first day playing a computer game ever looked like this. I chop 6 logs, collect 4 pieces of cowhide, get called a noob by a random player, and danced by some goblins. Keep in mind, this game predates Minecraft, so that just goes to show you that the human desire to chop down trees, exploit cows, and dance with medieval creatures, you can't escape it. That entire process, my first day on RuneScape when I was 9, took me 3.5 hours. I'm gonna try to do it in 3.5 minutes. All right, my time begins now. I spawned in, I made a new account. My username is Brad Ward. I'm gonna run over to these trees. This game is so fun. It's just such a different gaming experience than Atari, Super Mario, and frankly, I played this game my dick away. Okay, I've got all the cowhide I need. I need someone to call me a noob now. Thank you. I'm out of here. Goblins, goblins, goblins. Here we go. Boom, I'm dancing with the goblins. So nostalgic. That only took me 27 minutes. Brad Ward, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Please subscribe to Ryan Trey.
Oh, thank you, Brad. That's awfully nice. He said that himself.
I don't have free will.
That's enough, Brad Ward. All right. It is time for the Wii. New F-150.
I feel like a
houses
Wii
cost
was
more
a
money.
VR
You get the gist.
before a VR. No cap. You really think about it, it has the control. VR has the controls. It was literally a VR for your TV.
I have a Wii. I'm also in a house from Fixer Upper because that's like the pinnacle of the 2010s. I really wanted to come here. I love home makeovers. Now, we've obviously come a long way since the Nintendo 64. We no longer use cartridges. We use discs now. That's what we use. Get used to it until it changes. But the Wii is so innovative because it's the first control that you can actually move and it responds to. The game that I'm going to be playing, Wii Sports. Let's turn this thing on. Now, it's extremely important that if you play Wii Sports, you have the wristband,
I used to
right?
have a Wii, man. That shit went crazy.
I vividly remember playing Wii Sports and always
There's a
getting my
game called,
butt
like,
kicked by
Real
Matt.
Stupid, bro.
I'm an adult now. I'm
the game to this day.
gonna beat him for the first time in my life. I've got a game loaded up against Matt. Let's rock and roll. There it is. Just lost the first game. To make my attempt at beating my childhood bully Matt even harder, I'm going to attempt to beat him while telling you about Shopify. Shopify is the best place to start everywhere. I started a little. We just won a game. Best 2 out of 3. It's won. And on all the big social medias. I started a little clothing store called Howdy a year ago with Shopify, and it's been great. We just won a game. Best 2 out of 3. It's 1-1. Okay, Chris is serving. Goodness, Chris. He's such a nerd. There it is. Too easy. They have tons of free themes to customize your website. You can use plugins to make your website even cooler. I like using countdown timers now before I sell stuff. And if you're a nerd like Chris, no offense, Chris, Shopify gives you access to tons of analytics to help you find more customers. Guys, honestly, Shopify has been my #1 supporter on this channel through thick and thin. It would mean the world if you went to shopify.com/RyanTrahan and sign up for a 100% free trial. If you've ever dreamed of having your own shop, or already do, you should use Shopify to do it. I believe in you. Too easy. Matt, you can't bully me anymore.
What's your favorite Wii game in the comments?
I defeated you. Let's go to the future. All right, here we go.
VR, I'm not a VR type of guy, but actually, I'm console PC. I'll play a VR game, but I'm not gonna. Dive too deep into that shit. I could, but I'll let stay away. Damn, that's that hard ass pawn. What the fuck? I'm for sure breaking the TV playing that shit. Yeah, this bitch don't hit that like and sub. Help me monetize this channel before 2024.